there's two aspects to the Catholic Church, human and divine.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
On the one hand, there was a Gallup survey showing that the most popular person in the news, secular news, is none other than Pope Leo XIV.
Right.
Among 14 prominent U.S. and global figures, Pope Leo XIV has the most positive image by far, with many more Americans viewing him favorably than unfavorably. And I'll tell you why, because the way he carries himself with befitting of the office.
Dignity.
Of the Pope.
Yep, he does.
Doesn't slap people's hands, doesn't shout at people.
He doesn't use foul language.
It says his 57% favorable rating and 11% unfavorable rating results in a plus 46 net favorable score, far ahead of Ukrainian President Zelensky, who was positive 18. The Pope met with 1 million young people last week and more than doubled the 400,000 to 500,000 at the Woodstock concert back in the late 60s.
A lot bigger than Woodstock. Let's just put that.
Yeah, he blew Woodstock out of the water. Now, how's that for public engagement?
Yeah, really.
On the other hand, and think about it, the popes, they've broken the record in terms of drawing more young people to an event, more than Michael Jackson, more than the Beatles, more than Led Zeppelin, anybody you want to mention.
Good point, Jess.
Yeah, they've beat everybody by far in terms of pulling in young people to a location. So what is it about these popes? Well, I'll tell you, it's because of the office. It says, on the other hand, there was a news of the August 15th celebration at the Basilica of Mary Major in Rome, where white rose petals were released in celebration of the 4th century miracle of the Virgin of Snows, while in Naples, 145 miles from Rome, was what might be called a multiplication of oil took place.
Wow.
A miracle.
Yep.
There, a priest dabbing more than 500 with Saint Charbel oil and on the verge of running out, only had enough for a special mass celebrating the great wonder worker. But when he went to put the jar of oil back in a safe, found it was virtually full again.
I love it.
So there are two sides of the Roman Catholic Church. One is the mundane, even worldly side, centered on theological, institutional. I repeat that again. The other side is the mystical aspect, less obvious and often downplayed, involving the devotional, intuitional, and sometimes miraculous. While the supernatural side of the church is on the rise, largely due to the apparitions of the Virgin Mary and newfound societal popularity of spiritual warfare, for example, all the now public exorcists, the other side was probably best exemplified in recent decades by Saint Padre Pio, a great mystic who managed to greet millions through the years, but was never or rarely pictured with those of prominence, and while always strictly obedient, never visited the Vatican.
Isn't that? And what did he say, Jesse, that was so beautiful about saints and conversions?
Go ahead,
he said this: remember, the sinner who is sorry for his sins is closer to God than the just man who boasts of his good works.
Wow.
That's a powerful statement. I mean, Jesse, that we all need to read. I should put that on my.
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Satan's sin, Terry. Look at me, look at me.
And remember, this is a man who suffered greatly at the aspect of the humanity of the church, Jesse, Padre Pio. Remember, he was silenced for years. They accused him of all kinds of wrongdoing, which was not true. But what did he do, Jesse? Did he go, hey, stop picking on me? You know what he did? He offered it up and prayed for that. And to me, Padre Pio is a modern day. I mean, I was at his canonization in June of 2002 for a reason. I have great love for Padre Pio. And I think today, his message is really important for us in the Catholic Church today. And that statement can be written today, tomorrow, whenever, because it's a true statement.
That's right. The article ends by saying, but pontiffs can be deeply mystical as well. Pope John Paul II was said to pray 6 hours some days, and according to one rumor, was once seen levitating a bit off the floor during deep prayer in his private chapel.
Surprised me.
Yeah. Pope Francis prayed the 15 decades of the Rosary each day. Pope
Good
Leo,
for him.
he prayed the other day at the bedside of a dying child in Rome, quietly in the midst of all the other public activities. It's perhaps that aspect we long to see more in the news. Number one, we're the only church that has Marian apparitions.
Right.
There's only been one apparition to the Orthodox in Zaitan, Egypt, only one.
I remember that one, 67.
Number two, incorruptibles. The only church that has incorruptible bodies of saints. Number three, we're the only church that has Eucharistic miracles. The Orthodox, none of them. There's no Eucharistic miracles in the Orthodox. And number four, the fourth thing that we have is we've had over 400 people raised from the dead by saints praying for other people.
And it's important that we know our faith well, especially when we have scandal that comes into the church the last so many years. But when you know the person of Christ and you know what the church actually teaches, it shouldn't affect you adversely. If you like the message of Virgin Most Powerful Radio, type in under comments, Jesus is King.